Digambara, Digambara, Sripada Vallabha Digambara. Sripada Srivallabha, Chapter 8, Part 2. Om Sai Ram. The qualities of Kshatriya. A Kshatriya who leaves his regular duty and engages in peaceful activities like agriculture, animal husbandry and trade, his military valor will not at all remain if the peaceful occupations reach a zenith. His mind, attitude, and body undergo many changes and he will become a Vaishya. A Brahmin who follows the path of a soldier becomes a person like Parshuram. Have not Dronacharya and Krupacharya, though Brahmins by birth, adopted a knightly profession in ancient times? Have I not realized Brahman through the grace of Sripada, even though I am a low caste Shudra? A person who is born as Shudra can become a Vaishya or a Kshatriya or a Brahmin through relentless endeavor. Yam Dharmaraja will not punish or spare anyone simply because of the birth of a person in a particular caste. Rewards are awarded based upon the good and bad deeds of ours. I may be born as a Brahmin in the next birth, even though I am a Shudra by birth now. A Brahmin by birth now may take birth as a Shudra in the following birth. Caste system is organized for some social regulations. Once, Sripada said that the Almighty's face indicates Brahmanatva, hands indicate Kshatriyatva, thighs Vaishyatva, and feet Shudratva. Shankar Bhatt, you are accepting the hospitality in our house. The meals in our house are Brahmin meals only. The secret of karma. This surrounding area, which is constantly reverberating with the chanting of Sripada's name and is filled with thoughts about him, is overflowing with auspicious and sacred vibrations. Narasavadhani is a Brahmin by birth, but all the material, mental, and spiritual pulsations in his house are venomous. Therefore, Sripada rejected hospitality in that Brahmin's house, which was filled with polluted, airy atmosphere. This is the secret. Living beings should have some castes to take birth according to the principle of karma in the process of evolution and involution. This arrangement was made for that purpose. John, a German national, was a seeker of Brahma Gyan. Because of his sincere efforts, he had the good fortune of having the vision of Sripada in Kuruvapuram in the final stages of his spiritual evolution. He was blessed with the efficacious grace of Sripada even though he was an alien. Though a resident of Pithikapuram, Narasavadhani could not recognize Sripada as an incarnation for many years, and though he recognized him at a later stage, he could attain the grace of Sri Datta only after a great and arduous effort. Then I asked, Sir, you said that living cells undergo changes. Will each race have a soul of its own? What is the idea behind the statement that Parvati Devi is the daughter of the Himalayan mountain? Then Tirumala Das spoke thus. Every race has a soul. It is a mental material and it is a part that is released from the divine soul, Sri Datta. It has a great power which always has a direct connection with the divine soul. Race is not a collection of individuals born in it, as you mistakenly assume. In that collective individuality, the various strengths, efficiencies, and attributes of all the concerned individuals lie inside. Just as living cells exist in the living individuals, in the same way, each village, each town, and each country have their own souls. The earth in which we live also has a soul. We call that soul as Bhumata. It means that we call the deity favoring the earth as Bhumata. Her soul is a great power which emanated from the Supreme Soul and is related to it. In the same manner, the patron deity of the Himalayan mountain is named Himavantha. His daughter is Himavati. When it is said that Yamdharm Raja is the son of the sun god, who is a witness of all things, the meaning is that he is the divine soul who delivers the verdict considering the good and bad deeds of living beings and punishes the sinners. It is only because of the energy derived from the sun god all the living beings are able to perform their actions. The sun that is visible in the sky is different, and the divine soul that supports the sun is different. I told you that Sripada would disappear when he is 30 years old. He will merge in every atom of countless millions of Brahmandas. He is omnipresent. So, you may ask what is meant by merging again. Even though he is omnipresent, countless millions of greater universes are situated at some distance from his power and influence. To accelerate the evolutionary processes in them, he attracts them nearer to his power and influence. When a certain crisis develops in the evolutionary stages of this entire creation, Sri Dattatreya incarnates in this fashion. Magnet attracts iron. When the iron has impurities, its ability to get attracted becomes very weak. This kind of avatar descends when it is intended to remove all impurities and attract every atom in the creation towards him and give a fresh direction to the evolution of the universe. Explanation about 5 virgins. I asked Tirumala Das, it is said that uttering daily the names of Ahalya, Draupadi, Sita, Tara and Mandodari destroys great sins. I am not able to understand this easily. Kindly explain me. Tirumala Das then said, Devendra had infatuation for Ahalya. He contrived a cunning scheme to get her. One night he assumed the form of a cock and crowed. Thinking that it was early morning dawn, Gautam went out to perform rituals. Devendra could not touch Ahalya because she was a caste woman. Devendra had divine powers. As he had divine powers, the strong will under the infatuation of Ahalya turned into a power which emerged into a woman resembling Ahalya. All the living cells in the body of the duplicate Ahalya were formed by the strong mind power of Devendra. Gautama, who saw Indra indulging in sexual intercourse with the duplicate Ahalya, cursed them both. Then Ahalya exclaimed, "O foolish sage, what have you done?" Ahalya was spiritually in a higher position than Gautam. Due to the curse of Ahalya, Gautam's mind was disturbed for 12 years and regained normalcy after adoring Lord Shiva. The mental power of Ahalya became inert. With that, her body also became inert and turned into a rock. Ahalya was redeemed from the curse when the dust particles from the feet of Sri Rama fell on her. Therefore, understand that Ahalya was a pure soul. The cursed Devendra took birth as the 5 Pandavas. Even though having 5 forms and 5 minds, the soul which was the support of them all was one. This is a strange thing. Sachi Devi manifested from the sacrificial fire as Draupadi. Her birth was not an ordinary birth. Also know that the god of fire hid the real Sita inside him. Ravana took Maya Sita to Lanka. When Sita entered into the fire, 2 Sitas came out. Therefore, know that Sita is a great devoted Pativrata Stri. There are 27 stars in the 12 houses of the zodiac. The patron deity for the 27 stars was born as Tara Devi. When she was in her full youth, the patron deity of the planet Guru, Brihaspati, loved her and married her. An old husband cannot satisfy a young wife. This is a travesty of dharma. Violating the solemn pledges made during the marriage cannot be pardoned. When looking at Brihaspati, Tara Devi could not get the feeling of looking at the husband. The responsibility for evoking the feeling of a husband in her rests with Brihaspati. He who knew all dharmas behaved against dharma. In accordance with Tara Devi's mental feelings, the life cells in her body transformed in numerous ways. Her mind was filled with the form of Chandra. Her heart was under the influence of Chandra. The Tara Devi who transformed like this was not the same Tara Devi that married Brihaspati. So, the union of Tara and Chandra was not against dharma. As per the regulations of creation, Chandra has to go around all the 27 stars. It is not the duty of the planet Jupiter. If Jupiter were to move like this, it would become a transgression of dharma. Anything which violates dharma is bound to be destroyed. Therefore, it is dharma that the patron deity of the 27 stars, Tara Devi, joins the moon, the patron deity of the Chandra Mandala. My dear, in consonance with this subtle dharma, Tara Devi is a Mahapativrata. When Bhishma was on his deathbed made of arrows, Bhishma told, when bad things take place, they must be stopped if possible. Otherwise, one should leave the place. Hearing that, Draupadi laughed. Then Bhishma said, while Draupadi's clothes were being removed, I kept quiet. In those days, I was eating the food provided by Duryodhan and others. Thus, my attitude got spoiled. That bad blood had flown out of my body now. Now my nature has no impurity. The truth has dawned. A living being takes many births in the process of evolution. It may be born as a female in some birds and as a male in some other birds. It may also be born as an animal or a bird instead of a human. Mandodari was born as a male in one birth. In that life, he had a fickle-minded wife, a cruel wife, and a gentle-natured wife. The fickle-minded wife was born as a monkey under the name Vali. The cruel wife took birth as Ravana, and the gentle-natured wife was born as Vibhishan. In a different kalpa, when Mandodari was born as a male, all the three were his wives. In the present birth, Mandodari became a wife to Vali and gave birth to Angada. Afterwards, she became the wife of Ravana. After the death of Ravan, she then became the royal wife of Vibhishan. The life cells at different stages when she was the wife of Vali, of Ravan, and of Vibhishan were different and varied. Therefore, Mandodari is also a Mahapativrata. Then I asked, Sir, it is said that women and men should observe monogamy. Is not polygamy reprehensible?
We shall continue the next episode from here. Om Sai Ram.